Well, hello, everyone. This is Scott Roberts, and with me are several of the people that will be coming on to our program today. It's an exciting Star Party, the 49th Global Star Party. And the basic overall theme was, stars and their worlds, but, that could take us anywhere in the universe. What the schedule is starting out in our first segment with the Astronomical League. We'll have John Goss on, who will be talking about questions and answers where participants could win prizes, valuable prizes from our prize partners and from Explore Scientific. And we have three young women on our program that will be talking about their passion for space exploration and astronomy. That would include Libby and the Stars. We have D.T. Gautam from Nepal, and Sybella Burlingame, who is on for her first time. Both Libby and Sybella are 11 years old, and I think they're both going to space camp again this year, so it's going to be pretty exciting for them. Kareem Jaffer is a professor joining us from Canada in the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada's Montreal Center, so it's very cool to have him back on. Jerry Hubble from the Mark Slater Remote Observatory and Explore Scientific. So, of course, David Levy. David is, our guiding light here at the Global Star Party. He has, I marvel at all of the events that he's done. The guy has done marathon events, star parties, lectures. He continues to write great books that inspire people around the world. We're so fortunate to have him on Global Star Party, and I'm very grateful to have him as my dear friend. And David, thanks again for coming on to the 49th Global Star Party. Okay, so up next here is Sybella Burlingame, and this is her first show on Global Star Party. And Sybella, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Well, what do you think of Global Star Party so far?
I think it's pretty interesting. Like I never knew. Like my dad just when they brought it up, and then I'm like, those things exist, and
Yeah.
then I didn't know what it would be like, and it's so amazing. Like I've learned so much, like just from this.
Well, our program has evolved by the contributions of all the people, the astronomers that have come on, people like yourself, Sybella, that decided to come on and be part of this program. It's not easy for a lot of people to go onto a program and think that, oh, wow, I'm live and I'm on the spot and there's no rehearsal, so, but let's talk a little bit about you. You're 11 years old, right?
Yes.
Yep, in fifth grade. I think the same age as Libby. And you are going to space camp this year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why did you get really interested in astronomy and space and all of that? What happened? Was it your parents? Was it something you found?
So actually, when I was a little girl, like a baby, I would like look at the moon, like, wow. And then I think was it in like 2018, Mars was really close to the Earth, and Dad bought a telescope just so we can see it. And I'm like, whoa. And then he bought more telescopes, and then he bought more telescopes. Then in third grade, my science fair came along, and I did it based on wasn't really a science project. It was just like a demonstration.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like the Lego version of the Saturn V rocket.
Cool.
And I had like a presentation about what some of the Apollo missions were about. And then fourth grade, was when I applied for a scholarship for space camp. And then a couple months later, I got accepted.
Great.
So, and my presentation will be about my that project. So, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, do you think, I mean, it seems like almost like from maybe birth, you were kind of predisposed to being really interested in astronomy and space and all of that, seeing the moon and looking through your dad's telescope. Do you have a telescope of your own now, or?
Yes. I don't know how many telescopes we have. But yeah,
Great.
we have a lot.
Right. When I talked to Libby about her experience at school and her friends and the kind of her environment and stuff, she has often kind of lamented that, she's super interested in all things astronomy and space exploration. But a lot of her friends, not so much. Do you run into that yourself, or do you find that you have a lot of friends that are also interested?
I have like way too many friends that are interested in space, actually. My friend Delaney, she wants to become an astronaut. My
Cool.
friend Van wants to be a scientist. And then some of my other friends want to help design rockets for NASA and
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's wonderful. So hopefully you and Libby become good friends as we go forward here. And I hope that you come on our program regularly if you'd like. I think you'll find it interesting. It's a great opportunity to, hone your presentation style and all of that. But I can tell you're comfortable right now being on our program. So I'm glad about that. That's great. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this video that we're going to show here before I show it?
So basically it's going to be about, I have an example here, even though it's not the exact color. When you look through sunglasses, it makes everything distorted.
Yeah.
It's kind of a glare. But when you, like the astronauts' helmet visors, they're gold, so they're tinted, so they can't see colors normally. And because of the radiation, they have to have this gold visor, and it's made of real gold. But it's thin enough so that way they can see through the gold. But some astronauts have taken the risk to lift it up, but they're being exposed to radiation, so it can be very dangerous sometimes. So I wanted to design a way for astronauts to see real colors and what's actually happening without having to lift up their visors and being exposed to radiation.
To protect their eyes and I guess their skin too. So
yes.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So, okay, well, we're going to show this, and then after I'm done with the video, we'll come back to you and we'll wrap it up. Okay, how does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, so here we go.
Hello, my name is Sybella Burlingame, and this is my STEM Fair project. I've always dreamed of becoming an astronaut someday, so I wanted to do a scientific investigation that was related to this challenging occupation. On Earth, when people are outside during daylight hours, their eyes and skin are mostly protected from the sun's radiation by our planet's thick atmosphere. In outer space, however, there is little atmosphere, so the sun's radiation can be very dangerous to space travelers. That is why astronauts need to wear special spacesuits and helmets that has a visor. This visor is tinted with a very thin layer of real gold that blocks the sun's harmful radiation from their eyes. But I learned that this gold color makes everything look yellowish-orange when the astronauts look through their visors, so they don't see the real colors of the objects they were studying. So they sometimes raised their gold visors to see colors better. Unfortunately, that also means their eyes and face are being exposed to dangerous radiation. So I wanted to see if I could do something to prevent that. In my research, I learned that complementary colors are pairs of colors which, when combined or mixed, cancel each other out. A color wheel shows the 12 main colors in wedges that are arranged in a circle like a pie. Each wedge shows the opposite colors directly above or below their position on the wheel. When I looked at the color wheel, I noticed that the opposite or complementary color of gold, or orange-yellow, is a blue-violet, which is also called indigo. I also learned that the color of light coming from the sun on Earth looks different from the color of its light in outer space. On Earth, it looks yellowish-orange due to our atmosphere, while in space, it looks white because there is far less atmosphere. These colors of light can be measured in Kelvin degrees to find out their color temperatures. I learned that the color temperature of the sun on Earth is 5,000 degrees Kelvin, but 5,900 degrees Kelvin in outer space. So to be accurate in my experiment, I wanted to try to duplicate this same color of light found in space to test my hypothesis. Since indigo is the complementary or opposite color of gold, I believe if I add an indigo filter behind a gold one, it will cancel out the gold and make all the colors in space look more normal. I decided my control variables would be the color temperature and brightness of the lights, the distance from the lights to the color wheel chart inside the black box, and the camera settings used to take pictures of the results. The changing variable would be the color of the wedges used in the experiment. The responding variable would be the actual colors seen on the color wheel poster located inside the black box. I created my design by following these steps. Step 1. Create large black box and put color wheel chart inside. Step 2. Light the color wheel with 3 ring lights and change the color temperature for the lights until they reach 5,900 degrees Kelvin, which is the color temperature of the sun in space. We used one of my dad's professional video cameras to measure the color temperature. Step 3. Make 2 identical color wheel discs that I could see through with both eyes while spinning them on the outside of the box. I made these with colored cellophane and some clear DVD spacers that my dad saved from his work. These wedges are the same 12 colors that are on the color wheel inside, except for blue-green, which I didn't have room for because the discs were too small. I also wanted to leave one of the wedges clear without any color added so I could see what the colors on the wheel inside looked like without any filters. Because I wanted to see what change these colors would make behind a gold visor, I put gold cellophane behind all of the wedges except the clear one. I slowly turned the colored discs on the front of the black box to see which wedge made the colors inside appear the most normal behind the gold cellophane. I was very happy to find out in this experiment that indigo was by far the best color out of the 11 colors to use behind a gold visor to correct the colors, so my hypothesis was correct. All of the other colors made the colors on the color wheel poster inside the black box look worse, so I hope someday astronauts will have gold visors with indigo in them.
Wow, that was a great presentation, Sybella. That's great.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about that presentation, and you know, obviously that was a lot of work to get that all put together. You know, where did you get the idea to do this?
So one day after piano lessons, I really wanted to go to space camp, and I was like, Mom, Dad, please, please, please,
Please.
please. And then they thought about it and they said yes. And then I remember that there was a scholarship, and then I'm like, maybe I can apply for a scholarship. And then I looked around the car and and then our car has like these side pockets, and I pulled a pair of sunglasses out, and I'm like, why can't I see through these normally? And I'm like, then I'm like, wait a minute, I think astronauts have the same problem. So
Yeah,
like, perfect idea. Like that was the first idea, and I liked it. So,
perfect, wonderful. And did it take a long time to put all that together, or you know, what was kind of the result of this? You showed it to your class, your fifth grade class. Was it with other presentations, or did you just ask to make this special presentation?
yeah, so everybody was required to do a STEM fair project, as we call it. I personally like science fair project better. I don't know
Yeah,
and he asked like at the end of every Friday, he asked everybody how they're doing. I'm like, I was done a year ago. So this video took about a week, then the project itself took about 4 weeks. So
yeah.
in total, about 5 weeks.
Oh, excellent. This is a wonderful job. I'm really impressed. And what was the overall reaction? I mean, I hope you got a plus for that. So
Yeah, I haven't gotten my report card yet, but everybody loved it. Yeah, they were
that's
like,
great.
wow.
That's great.
I
Awesome.
was very happy.
Well, congratulations. We got nice, you know, our audience really loved it, I know. And so we look forward to having you on again, you know, and consider yourself a VIP of the Global Star Party. Sybella, thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Is there anything that you wanted to add before we go to break?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be coming back with more of the Global Star Party. So take this time to go get a cup of coffee or a sandwich or something, or stretch your legs. We'll see you in a minute, in 10 minutes. So that was a great job, Deep T and Libby and Sybella. Thank you so much. You know, to have so many young people on all at once like that is really inspiring, you know. So I think for a lot of us, we feel like we got started too late, you know, so. But it's never too late to get started to explore the night sky and to learn more about science and to do your job in supporting and promoting science for young people like DT and Sybella and Libby. So I will be back. I'm going to stretch my legs for a minute as well. So.
In here, but some amazing work by the three young ladies. That was fantastic.
It was amazing. It was really amazing. I can believe it, with those young kids thinking of all of that. This practically blew my mind.
And you know, Maxi, I've judged science fairs, and so many of the projects miss out on, you know, context or the design. Or this video, she covered everything. Sybella, that was fantastic.
Every detail, every
Yeah.
single detail.
I helped judge one of the online science fairs last summer during the whole COVID things as it just started and all the science fairs got canceled. And your video would have been up there with some of the top placements that I've seen. That was your design was good, but also just the way you described the motivation and the context behind every single step, it was good. I'm really impressed.
She practically did the scientific I don't know how to say it, the
The methodology.
method
Yeah.
methodology exactly, perfectly. No, the research, the experiments, the data, the conclusion, the theory, everything. No. I can't believe it.
Adrian is here too.
Well,
Yeah,
we're back.
decided I would
Adrian.
join.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, I've got-
Adrian. Let's see who all's here with us right now. So we've got Kareem Jeffer and Jerry Hubble's with us. Maxie is here with us from Argentina, and DT's still on, and Adrian. So it's all great. We are going to go to you, Kareem, next.
Can we start by just repeating how amazing the three young ladies were
Oh,
in the first session?
absolutely, right.
Maxie and I were just raving about them earlier. Like that was just fantastic.
I was so, as I saw this kind of all come together today, because literally I just invited Sybella. I got a message from her dad who was just chatting with me on text, and he said, I think that you might enjoy this. And he sent me a link, and I saw her video, and I just go, oh my goodness. I said, can he come on to the Global Star Party tonight? So I thought, it's I'm careful when it comes to, having kids come on to a program like this. I want them to be, good with it. I want their parents to be good with it and everything. I invited both her dad and her to be on at the same time. So he said, well, let me check with Sybella and I'll get right back to you. And so I get a phone call about 5 minutes later, and Sybella said, no, she wants to come on by herself, and she wants to do this. So I thought, well, that's great, but
Courage to
their
do
parents'
it
blessing,
and talk to everyone, express what she did.